How to customize the buttons on the ZCAM? It's real easy. Let me show you. So if you go into the menu, you go to System and you open it. Then you scroll all the way down to User button. Open it, and there you can see the customizable buttons. And this goes for the buttons on the side. And as you can see, you can also adjust the FN button. I just leave it on ISO. That's how it came, so I'm used to that. And beneath that, you have the F1, F2, F3, F4, the power button or the OK button, and the up button, down button, so you can customize however you like it. So if you open up the F1, you can either do none. If you go all the way to the top, you have none, so nothing happens when you press on the button. And yeah, if you just scroll through the menu, then you can see that there's different options where you can choose. And yeah, so whatever is your preference, you can set it to that, and whatever works for you, of course. My setup is the F1 button is for recording, F2 button is for the playback, F3 I set to magnifier, and F4 is for the peaking. The power button, I just left it alone because yeah, it's just powering on and off, but you can set it to whatever works for you, and it turns the power on and off. The OK button, you can set it to whatever works for you. It comes standard at autofocus. And the up button, down button is all customizable. And that's how you customize the buttons on the ZCAM. Easy, and just scroll through the menu, see what works for you, and customize it the way you want it. So I give you the quick solution for now, because I don't like to see videos where there's first a lot of blah 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 and then the solution comes. So I gave you the solution. If it works for you, thanks for watching. If you want to know why I set it up the way I set it up, stick around. So thanks for sticking around. Let me tell you why I set it up the way I set it up. So when I use my ZCAM, I always use a top handle and usually a side handle. So I have a grip on top and on the side. And when I film, I'm right-handed, so I film like this. And I got my hand on the bottom of the ZCAM, so just to get a tight grip. And as you can see, I have quite big hands, so my thumb reaches all the way to the buttons. And that's why I put F1 as a recording button, so I can easily press record here. And because there's also the big red record button, of course, over here, but it's not always handy, especially when you have a side handle attached to it. And so the F1 is the record button. The F2 is the playback button, and I did that on purpose. So I record and I can play back, I record and I can play back. And so these two work together. Underneath that, I have my magnifier, and on F4, I have my peaking. So the peaking and the magnifier also work together. So because as you know, the ZCAM has no autofocus, so everything is manual focused. So I need peaking to see if things are in focus. And if they are, I'd always double check with the magnifier just to see if it's hitting the right spots and everything is nicely in focus. So F1 and F2, I put on record and playback just to see how, what I just recorded. And F4 and F3 work together. I focus peak with F4, and with F3, the magnifier, I double check if everything is in order. And as I mentioned earlier, it's also possible to customize these buttons, but I just left them the way they came out of the box because it works for me. So I got the ISO on the FN button. The up button is for the shutter angle or shutter speed, but I use shutter angle. And the down button is for the aperture, and the OK is for autofocus or just pressing OK in the menu. And so you can customize a lot. On the side you have some buttons, and on top. And on other models, they even have more buttons to customize. So make it work for you. And I really like it this way, because in this way, yeah, I have my hand free. My other hand can go to the side handle or the top handle. And if I really have to go into the menu, I go over here and just go into the menu and adjust whatever needs to be adjusted. But other than that, I just press record and play over here, playback, and peaking, and the magnifier is underneath that. So this works for me. You can copy it if you like. And that is it on how to customize the buttons on the ZCAM. Easy to do, and it helps a lot during your shoots, because you don't have to go all into the menu to search for something. You just adjust it to one of these buttons. Yes, hope it works for you. And if you have any questions, any suggestions, or you just want to leave a nice comment, you can do that down below, and I'll reach out to you for sure. And that's it. I see you when I see you. Peace.